Good afternoon, everyone. So I will be discussing the physical development of primary schoolers. So, introduction. Physical development involves many different factors, which is height, weight, appearance, visual, hearing, and motor abilities. Primary school children undergo many different changes as they go through this stage of development. This could be caused by different factors, both natural and environmental. So the child will undergo different changes of this stage of development. So observation, physical growth during the primary school year is slow but steady. So ang ilang the growth is hinay pero permanente. During this stage, physical development involves having good muscle control and coordination, developing eye-hand coordination, having good personal hygiene, and being aware of good safety habits. In this development stage, children will have started their elementary grades, specifically their primary years, grades 1 to 3. These children are extremely active because most of the activities in a traditional school are sedentary. They often release their unusual amount of energy in some forms of nervous habits, including fidgeting, nail biting, and pencil chewing. So diri ang stage is ang children is very extremely active sila. And tapos sila yung mga habits nga they're nervous, they bite their nails, and pencil chewing. So primary school age children get fatigued more easily because of physical and mental exertions both at home and in school. Hence, activities should be alternated between strenuous one and relaxing or quiet activities. For example, storytelling after the math period. So, dapat alternated siya. Dapat dili lang kay more on physical activities, dapat more on dapat maghatag pod og relaxing activities. So, height and weight. The period of gradual and steady growth will give children time to get used to change their bodies. Weight gained average about 6.5 pounds a year. Most children will have slimmer appearance compared to their preschool years because of the shift in accumulation and location of their body fat. Although girls tend to develop additional fat cells relative to muscle cells, a child's legs are longer and more proportioned to the body than they were before. So, naging mga changes, no? Sa child, like, shift accumulation of and location of their body fats. So, especially girls. A number of factors could indicate how much a child grows or how much changes in their body will take place. So, first, the genes, food, climate, exercise, medical condition, and disease or illness. So, bones and muscles. Childhood years are the peak bone producing years. So, childhood years is ang peak bone mo producing years because the bones grow longer and broader. This is the best time for parents and teachers to educate children of good dietary and exercise habits to help them have strong, healthy bones throughout their lives. So, dapat dali na siya educate o good dietary and exercise para po muligo nila mga bukog. So, because children's bones have proportionately more water and protein like materials and fewer minerals than adults. So, diri is more dapat educate siya kay ang ilang bones are more on water and protein, wala pa yung mga minerals compared sa adults. Ensuring adequate calcium intake will greatly help them in strengthening bones and muscles. So, makatabang po na kanang sila mga vitamins nga mga calcium para pang strengthening sa ilang bones and muscles. So, large muscle control is the biggest play over fine motor. Some may still have difficult holding on a pencil properly or closing inside the lines. Bones and muscle growth are still not complete during this stage. Most activities which use heavy pressure will be very difficult for growing bones, muscles, and ligaments. So mo na siya incomplete pag di pa siya kompleto diri ang pag-develop or pag-grow sa bukog sa bata. So kuan most kanang mga activities ng mga bugat nga ana maglisod gid ang bukog og tubo ana or grow. And motor development. Young school-age children are gaining control over the major muscles of their bodies. Most children have a good sense of balance. So, for example, they were you tayo na mo mga example na may mga pag-umangkon. So, tayo magkabo mo. So, di ba mo uban na sila ana. So, mo apil po na sila og sa og kanang galon. So, even though wala sila dili nila kaya. So mag-pretend gina sila nga kaya nila. So ano siya. The performing unimanual. So if you're saying unimanual, it requires the use of one hand, and bimanual requires the use of two hands, and it makes the activities becomes more easier. So children's activities such as writing and drawing are now more controlled but are still developing. They can paint their names and copy their simple designs, letters, and shapes. They hold pencil, crayons, utensils correctly with the supervision of the teachers or the parents. So motor development skills include coordination, balance, speed, agility, and power. So coordination. Coordination is a series of movements organized and timed to occur a particular way to bring about a particular result. So balance is the child's ability to maintain the equilibrium or stability of his or her body in a different position. Balance is basic skill needed, especially in this stage, which children are very active. So we have the two types of different types of balance, which is the static and the dynamic. So static is the ability to maintain equilibrium in fixed position, like balancing on one foot. So, ang dynamic is the ability to maintain equilibrium while moving. So, for example, ang dynamic is mga gymnastics. So, speed is the ability to cover the great distance in shortest possible time. Agility is one's ability to quickly change or shift the direction of the body. These skills are extremely important in most sports, for example, the basketball. So, power is the ability to perform a maximum effort in the shortest possible period. So, all these motor skills are vital in performing different activities, games, and sports. Developing of these skills may spell the difference between success and failures in future endeavors of the child. So, fine motor skills. So, if you say fine motor skills, it is the use of hands or thumbs, fingers. So, for example, zippers and lay shoes, able to learn piano and a violin, control pencil with a finger and thumb. So, wala siya. For example, sa fine motor skills. And next is the gross motor skills. If we say gross motor skills is the use of the body, all parts of the body. For example, hoop, skip on alternating feet, jump rope, walking on a balance beam. So, muna example, no? Natin mga issues diri nga affect there some issues affecting physical development. So, natin mga issue diri, no? The first one is obesity. So, obesity, why it is obesity? Because this is to become a major concern of the parents and healthcare providers. So, seems being a trend. So, one of the reason na obesity is the cause of obesity. One of the cause of obesity is overeating. So, overeating siya, no? Even though nakaon niya ang needs yung lawas, even though nakaon na sa child ang need nga nutrients yung lawas. So, padayon paghapon ang iyang pagkaon, ingana. So, muna overeating. Childhood obesity may be linked to a number of health-related consequences. So, mga consequences, no? So, na po mga prone to develop non-communicable diseases like diabetes and some cardiovascular diseases at a much younger age. So, next is childhood nutrition. So, malnutrition remains a major health issue in Philippines. This has been proven to have serious effect on the physical and mental development of children. For most Filipino children, poverty is the chief reason why they do not get the nutrients and energy required for their age. So number one kuan pod no is malnutrition, because ang child is dako gid siya effect sa kuan ilang physical ug mental. So if no malnourished ang bata, so ilang physical, so possibly niwang gid na no, ilang mental development is kuan jud ma epektuhan sa. So ang reason pala no kay is poverty. So why poverty? So if the parent is low budget, have no budget to buy nutritious foods for their child, so their child will be malnourished, because they do not get the nutrients that their body require, that the nutrients and energy required for their age or their body. So next is sleep. So primary school age children need 9 to 11 hours of sleep every day, including daytime naps. So sometimes due to their schedule in school, midday naps or siesta is not possible anymore. Because of this, children may need to get bed earlier rather than nap. So mo siya, ang children daw is need siya 9 to 11 hours nga sleep every day, including na ang daytime naps. So pagkatawag sa odto no ana. So because of the kuan daw schedule of school, for example, if the child is whole day in school, so di na gyud siya makatulog og udto, di ba? So bawion na sa child sa pagkatulog ug sayo. So implication of child care education and parenting. So natay two major ways to help the primary school age children no to be physically healthy. So first is to provide them with good nutrition, provide them nutritious foods, and involve them in coordinated and age-appropriate physical activities. So, mga physical activities like basketball, volleyball, badminton, running, jogging, like that. Specifically, health care providers, teachers, and parents must do the following. So, encourage children to enroll them in related programs during summer in their free time, and advocate better nutrition foods provided in the school canteen, and provide balance between rigorous physical play activities and quiet activities in designing classroom activities. Create exercise plan for children, not only for those that promote motor skills, also improve strength and endurance, build healthy and muscles, and increase positive emotions. Maintain a daily sleep schedule and consistent bedtime routine. Make children's bedroom conducive for a peaceful sleep. If possible, keep computers and TV out of the bedroom. So, that's all. Thank you.